Look at this dead tree. Looks pretty negative, doesn't it? But wait, what's that? A leaf? A green leaf? Life! Life is blooming! The tree is not dead, all hope is not lost. It's a Sometimes vlog! It's a vlog that happens sometimes. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit stiff and sore, and I could not do like a cool power slide on my knees or anything super exciting to start the vlog other than to point out that this tree looks dead and miserable, but there's a beautiful green leaf growing on the tip of that branch. I hope you can see it. I can barely see it because I'm wearing these cool sunglasses that Roscoe Soul Train gave me. They're Ray-Bans. Ever heard of them? They're pretty nice. That was me pushing the sunglasses on my face with my one arm. Don't worry though, I do have two arms, but this arm is a little bit sprained and sore. It's turning into a RoboCop arm. That woman in that car looks like she's pretty concerned for me. Look, someone left a love note on the ground. Someone's not getting any love today, let me tell you. So anyway, as you may have heard via Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat, see, I'm gonna push the glasses back on my face again, see? So that's what that is when that happens. Like I said, you have to forgive the crudity of this vlog. I didn't have time to build it to scale or to paint it as I was in a vehicular accident last night. It's crazy because it just happened a couple days ago where a lady merged into me. She hit my car. Ouch! Little itch right there. She hit my car, and I was kind of like, oh dang, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I had this weird thing though. Like I had this weird feeling all weekend, like a weird. I can't even explain it. I don't even want to get into that. But the bad vehicular luck was not over because I was on the Oakland Bay Bridge, a bridge which I have been terrified of basically my entire life, ever since it fell apart that one time, you know, in an earthquake. The Oakland Bay Bridge was always a little terrifying for me. They built the new bridge, which is slightly less terrifying. Well, last night I was on the bridge, a guy merged in front of me, and I mean, almost immediately after he merged in front of me, he came to a complete dead stop before there was really that space. You know when someone merges in front of you and then there's that little grace time period where you let off the gas and sort of allow naturally a space to be created between you and the vehicle in front of you? Well, as soon as he merged in front of me, somebody slammed on their brakes in front of him or something like that. So he came to a full and complete stop. As he said later, he was drinking his coffee. He wasn't thinking about anybody being behind him. Slammed on his brakes, full dead stop. Wham! Right into him. I could see it happen, watching it in slow motion, just like in the movies. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, this is where I die. Boom, right into his thing. Of course, then the airbag explodes, which if you've never been through that, and I hadn't, it's like an M80 going off in your face. Everything turns white, super loud. My ears are actually still ringing. This was last night this happened. And then there's all this white dust everywhere, which looks like smoke. So the first thing you think after you realize, or after, you know, you're aware of anything, is you go, did the entire world just explode? That's all I could think is the whole dang world just blew up. My arm's a little sore, guys. It's cool though. So anyway, he had this crazy hitch on the back of his car. It wasn't that fast of an accident, but he had this crazy tow hitch thing, which came up out of the rear of his car, sort of, I'm trying to gesture here, like straight up out of a tow hitch. It was like a big metal pipe, which I think you put bikes on either side of. Anyway, so basically it was because he came to a dead stop so close to me, it was basically like wrapping my car around a pole. So my car, Lucille, is done. I don't know about total. The insurance company has not gotten back to me yet about that, but for now, she's done. So I'm up, still in Northern California. I'm gonna see if I can switch hands for 1 second, just to relieve a little bit of pressure on the old hand. This arm is sore too. So I'm up still in Northern California. I just received my plane ticket information. I'm about to get a ride to the airport and fly back to Los Angeles and home. My car, meanwhile, is in the insurance yard. They're gonna check it out. They're gonna see if it's totaled. If it's not totaled, there'll be some sort of repairs necessary. But look at this kitty. Here, kitty. Hi, kitty. Oh, you're the friendliest kitty I've ever met today, because I've only met one kitty. Hi, kitty. Here's the accident kitty cheering me up. Look at that. Anyway, so they'll figure out what's gonna go on. Luckily, no one was hurt, meaning the other guy wasn't hurt at all. It just popped his back windshield out. Like I said, it wasn't that fast. It was the nature of, he was completely dead stop. If you hit somebody going 35-ish,
and they're at a dead stop. It is quite an impact, let me tell you. So, airbag explodes. Luckily, it didn't hit my face. Not in the face. That's how I make my livings. How you make your what? Luckily, did not hit my face. Did throw my arms back though. Sprained my wrist, sprained my thumb, sprained my shoulder, and my knee somehow got sprained. I have no idea how that happened. So the car is done. I got my stuff. I'm gonna be heading back to LA. And that's basically the story of the accident, which was difficult to explain via tweets. So I had to relay that information via Sometimes Vlog. So yes, we're not looking at anything particularly interesting today. We're just looking at planet Earth and having to describe my accident. I'm just gonna set the phone down for 1 second because my arm is getting a little tired holding you guys. You know, you guys are pretty heavy. You should consider, oh, you know what, you're not that heavy, I'm just weak. I was gonna say you should go on a diet, but it's my fault. I should do a little more exercising, shouldn't I? We should do even more vlogs so that this arm becomes tough and strong, like a Fozzie Bear arm, rather than a Kermit the Frog arm. Anyway, so if the vlog is a little shaky and a little less rambunctious than usual, I feel like you'll understand why. Yeah, you know what? I could be super negative about it, but those of you familiar with punk rock music may remember the lyric, I cried when I had no shoes till I met the man with no feet. I'm alright. Like the tow truck driver said last night, the car was leaking, but I wasn't leaking, so I'm okay. The other driver was totally fine. I'm totally fine. Everything is cool. I got work to do back home. How I get to that with no car will be an interesting challenge, but I have never shirked from a challenge yet, so we'll figure it out. There's a $500 deductible on my insurance. This is the reason why you have insurance, children. Make sure to get full coverage, because that way, even if you're at fault, your car will be covered. By the way, look at this. This is super cool. I am totally lost in this neighborhood trying to find my friend's house again. You see those fire hydrants? Those are very cool looking fire hydrants. They look like the head of a 1950s or 60s sci-fi robot. And I have come to the end of a cul-de-sac that I did not mean to come to. That's all right, we'll just walk all the way around the cul-de-sac. I'm in Pleasanton, California. A very pleasant place to live. Once again, pushing the glass back, sorry about that. Life is not so bad. Nothing's wrong with me. Looks like I got some reasons to stick around. There's more work left to do. I'm honestly not that negative about it. Yeah, it sucks. Okay, you don't have your car. Either my car is totaled, which if it's totaled, it's totaled, or it'll be fixed and it'll take a long time. I'm sure I'll have to fly back up to the Bay Area to pick up my car. But either way, it's just a car. It really doesn't matter. I've seen a lot of people lose it over a new pair of shoes or guitar breaks or something like that. I've lost it in the past. Possessions never really meant that much to me. I've never really had a lot of money, which maybe I should be more bummed out about the car for that reason, but I'm really not that concerned about it. I'm trying to think what else. I'm trying to answer a bunch of things people have asked me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for all the loving comments, and thank you for being glad I'm not dead. I am also kind of glad I'm not dead. You know, it's funny though, ouch. Like I said, when I was in the process of crashing, my mind flashed the thought, oh, this is how I die. Like I said, I've always been scared of that bridge. And I was weirdly okay with it. Like I always say, I'm not afraid of dying. I just don't want to be there when it happens. I'm more afraid of the injuries and pain. My right arm is a little more stiff and sore than I thought it was going to be when I started this vlog. I should have had something to set the phone down on, which now I kind of do on this for sale sign on this house. So here we go. So we can just stand here for a second and talk. Whew. Anyway. My body is all right. My mind is okay, honestly, because it's not that big of a deal. It's just a car. It'll get solved. $500 is not that bad of a deductible. It could be worse. So I'm okay with the $500. I don't have it now, but apparently I won't need it for a little while. Anyways, so all things said and done, not that bad. What else was I trying to say and remember from the social media comments? Yeah, it's just a car. I'm all right. The other driver's all right. He seems to be all right anyway. His insurance company called me right now a few minutes ago and told me that he's okay. He's not complaining about any weird phantom injuries. So hopefully as long as the guy is cool and, you know, doesn't drum it up to try and scam the insurance or something, then everybody's going to be fine. Everyone's going to be okay. Ouch. I am going back home. So I'll be there for Dapper Day at Disneyland. Hopefully by then my RoboCop arm here will be more healed up. It will have its full bionic Luke Skywalker hand potential. I'll be able to wield a lightsaber once again and get crazy and have all kinds of fun on Dapper Day. My camera and all my stuff survived the accident. It's just the front end of my car wrapped around this crazy weird hitch thing on his vehicle, and it's just pretty much done. So I won't have a car, but I will be at Dapper Day at Disneyland for sure, March 1st, and hopefully pretty soon they'll solve something with a rental car, or we'll work something out. I'm not that concerned about the car. Maybe I should be more concerned. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was weirdly okay with the whole like, oh, this is how you're gonna die. Then you get out of the car and you think, oh, I'm totally fine. It could have been way worse. Could have been way worse to the car. Could have been way worse to my body. Could have been way worse for somebody else. And you realize it's just really not that bad. I shouldn't say used to. I suffered from anxiety and panic attacks and depression like my entire teenage years into my 20s. A lot of that, they're now telling me could have been a side effect from having celiac disease and basically having like the wrong nutrition, you know, because your body can't absorb wheat, which you're eating constantly all the time, and it's basically eating itself. But I always suffered with stuff like that. Small setbacks used to really get to me. Really get to me. So some little thing would happen, send me spiraling into a whole horrible depression. I'd be very upset. Everything would be wrong and I would get down about it. That has never solved anything for me. Why, worrying about it or something. Sometimes you can't help it. Your anxiety gets the better of you, or, you really can't help the chemical depression of something. But I'm telling you, the whole quest for positivity thing, it can sound very cliche, but I'm telling you for a fact, scientifically speaking, in my experience, it completely 100% works to retrain your brain that, like, look, I'm going to get bummed out. There are going to be moments where I'm going to be bummed out about this. I am 100% sure. But I'm telling you, at the moment, it feels pretty good to be a little bit stress-free and go, well, whatever happens, happens. You sort of put it in the hands of the universe or God or whatever it is that you believe. You just go, I can't control the situation at all. So I'm just going to get up, go for a walk, talk to my favorite people right here on the Sometimes vlog. I ate some Doritos. I had some Mountain Dew, a little bit of Gatorade. I tried to give a guy money back there who was wandering around with a crazy homeless beard and no shoes on, but he was like, nah, bro, I'm totally cool. I don't need your money. I'm just hanging out. It's like, oh, I mistook you for a homeless man. He's like, oh, no, I'm homeless. I just don't need your money. It's like, that guy's pretty awesome. He has a way worse life than me. I at least have a home to go back to, That dude has no car. He's not worried about anything. He doesn't even have shoes on his feet. And he doesn't even want lunch. So I really have nothing to complain about. I'm cool. I'm going to go back home, resume hilarity and fun shenanigans. Somehow, luckily, we got old Adam the Woo and Tyler Evans, rock journalist, and Jeff Heimbach back down there to hang out with, so I'm sure I can mooch rides off some of those guys, right? See, I'm going to call in all my friendship favors now. Anyway, so I'm headed back home to Orange County, California via airplane tonight. I didn't think I was going to get to go on an airplane this week, right? Got to look at it like, cool, I get to go on an airplane. Awesome. I got to spend the weekend with my favorite people in the world, well, some of them, and thanks to Roscoe Soul Train's haircut, Allie plucking my eyebrows, oh, and these sunglasses from Roscoe Soul Train. Yes, I crashed my car, but I looked dang good while I was doing it, right? No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, I got to meet some lovely people at a hospital last night who checked out my body and confirmed that there are no bones broken, that I'm totally fine. Many of them did not have a sense of humor, which I found pretty funny while I was making ET jokes at them. And so I'm pretty much kind of having the best time I could possibly have considering the circumstances, and I'm totally fine. So I'm sorry that I spent 13 minutes or however long it's been talking about myself and talking about the vehicular incident of the evening before. It was one of those deals where he was apologizing, saying it's his fault, but the sad reality for those of you who have never been in an automobile accident, and I never have, that is the first crash I've ever been in. The other day someone hit me, that was the first time that ever happened. So 2 in a week, after literally 500,000 miles of driving all over the country in vans and everything else, 2 accidents in a week. Neither one could I have prevented, but it's okay. Accidents happen, bad stuff happens, you just gotta roll with it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow my own advice, be positive, and roll with the disaster, 1 step at a time. Literally, because I'm walking now, because I have no car. So, what else? Yep, so going back home, we'll be making new t-shirts, making new videos, making new wonderful things at livefastdieport.com and livefastdieport.spreadshirt.com. randomland.com. I think I have something on eBay if you search Randomland. I think there's a print of the waltz left, which I really didn't post anywhere. I kind of just want to get rid of it. Somebody did buy it, but they defaulted on the paying for it, so I had to relist it. I waited as long as I could. What else is going on? Not much. Yeah, I apologize for talking so much, like I said, about the car accident and all that stuff, but it's pretty much all there is to talk about today. And the whole mess of people started texting me, emailing me, calling me, tweeting me, adding me on Instagram, you know, at-ing me. We really need a better word for that, right? Mentioning me, I guess, at-mentioning, whatever it's called. And asking all kinds of questions, so I hope they answer some of the questions. The guy merged in front of me, slammed on his brakes, he came to a complete stop. Nothing I could do, no way to avoid it. People on the left of me, people on the right. Bam! So it wasn't that fast of an accident. I'm alive, I'm a little whiplashy. I'm more sore than probably my spunky attitude is leading you to believe I am. I am very, very stiff and sore. But I also have a lot of hydrocodone in my body, so I'm not really feeling as stiff and sore as I was an hour or two ago. So life is good. I'm still alive. Apparently there's still more work for me to do, so I better go back home to Los Angeles, get back to work, filming Randomland, filming Sometimes Vlogs, and hanging out with you people. We have so much left to do together. It's crazy. This weekend did not really go as I planned. The ticket thing worked out okay. I did get to hang out with people that I love and care about, and you know, and get a sweet haircut and all that kind of stuff. But more or less it was kind of a stressful, weird weekend. I had these weird premonitions and weird feelings, and now, bam, there it was. There's the weird thing. I'm not saying I have ESP or anything, but I'm pretty sure I felt this coming. So it's almost a relief just to have the horrible thing happen, because I've noticed in my life that every time something really bad happens like that, like your car is destroyed, it opens the way for good stuff to happen. I'm not saying it, oh, geez, that hurts. I'm not saying it always works that way, but more or less, in my experience, something bad happens, pays the way for something good to happen. Yeah, I had a pretty bad year. I had a pretty big string of crazy things go wrong. Crazy for me, but in the grand scheme of things, I am still living in the most beautiful state, I think, in the best country in the world. I don't know about best country, but it's my favorite because I live here. I'm a little biased. It's all right. Anyway, I still get to live in California. I still get to go to Disneyland. I still have all of you wonderful people and all my friends, my family, close family friends picked me up last night from the scene of the accident because it happened close enough where people could get to me. Luckily, I had health insurance still. I have car insurance. So I'm all right. Everything's cool, baby. So anyways, thank you guys for being concerned. Thank you for all your comments. I wish I could answer every single one of them. I'm just trying my best to be chipper, to keep Mountain Dew in my system, and to keep the Sometimes Vlogs going so you haven't got rid of me yet. Oh, I don't die that easily. No. We have more vlogging left to do. So subscribe, if you haven't already, to the Sometimes Vlogs. I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. We have more to do. We have more to do. I'm still alive. So RoboCop arm is healing. You guys, take it easy. Drive safe. If someone emerges in front of you, slow way down. Don't just assume it's gonna be cool. I'm a little traumatized. I don't know if I'm ever gonna drive again. Somebody needs to come be my driver because I'm a little, I'll be okay. I'll get some therapy or something. Anyways, all right, take it easy, you guys. Be safe out there. It's a crazy, crazy world. Love ya. Bye-bye.